Lord, Father, we come to you on this day, and we come to you for the strength. And times have been hard for Shanquella Robinson's family, as well as her supporters. But we know that you have the final say so. And we just come to you and we ask for justice for Shanquella Robinson. Shanquella Robinson was a beautiful angel of yours, and we down here hurting. Our family is hurting. We just ask to walk with Shanquella's parents, walk with her sister, give them the strength to see the beauty in you taking her to be with you. They say to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord.
Yes, Lord.
So we're not questioning why you took Shanquella. We knew and we know that it's all in your plan. So we just asking for some justice for Shanquella Robinson.
Yes.
And her family. Amen.
Amen.
Is it anyone else that would like to say a prayer? Is it anyone else that would like to give some encouraging words to the family?
I'll say something. I do not like being recorded.
Okay. She don't want to be recorded, y'all.
Okay.
Okay, so I just want to say thank y'all for everybody. Who was you recording me?
Stop it and record again. 1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh. Everybody going this way, huh? Amen.
Mr. Parker, what does the Justice for Shanquella Robinson case mean to you?
It means everything as far as Miss Salamandra Quilla and Mr. Bernard. It brings them just a piece of something back from their daughter that they lost abruptly and so unfortunately due to dealing with fakes and snakes. And you know, it's so hard to trust people nowadays due to watching cases like Shanquella Robinson's. So it means everything to get justice for Shanquella. And I love Miss Salamandra and Quilla, and also prayers to you, Mr. Bernard. But getting justice for her means it's going to bring justice to all of these families that have lost a loved one to violence. So You know, that's what it means to me. Salute to you, Shank Rock and the Rock Squad.
Thank you, Miss Parker. Yvette, what does the Justice for Shanquella Robinson case mean to you?
Well, it actually means everything to me. She's very valuable. Very valuable. Life is valuable, and everyone should take that very seriously. I'm just thinking about, you know, the family, how unjustified they have been treated, and from the very beginning, it should have been over a long time ago. And if people would stop trying to protect those that did the wrong thing and stand up and really, really think about how this family feels. They want justice.
Exactly.
We have a young lady that's laying down very early in life, and she lives on. So she's making a very strong statement for Black women, and that is, we're valuable, very valuable. And it's proven fact that the people around us do not believe that we're valuable.
Exactly. The full life.
Yes.
What does the Justice for Shanquella Robinson case mean to you?
Justice for Shanquella means that you gotta watch who you're around at all times, no matter who they are. It's hard to trust people these days, but you have to wipe a clean slate with everybody that you meet. You just gotta, you gotta look inside of people rather than just on the outside. Know who you with, know your surroundings at all times. It's easy to forget, but just gotta keep in mind, and cases and things like this happening will keep it in mind, keep it in our minds, that we can't, let a guard down. That's it.
Thank you.
Salute everybody. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Breaking news. Justice for Shanquella Robinson is coming soon. Let me read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer brought to us by Yvette C. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everything that you hear in this video that I call a demonstration is only the opinions of mine and others. Everything that you hear in this demonstration is only allegedly. Salute to the replay gang. Salute to the chat. Salute to those that are watching from the clouds. Salute to all of my wonderful moderators. Salute to all of my subscribers, old and new, from all over the world. Salute to you, him, and her. Salute to the whole Rock Squad. Salute Mel, Jamie, Stephanie, Katina, Jacqueline, Yvette, Miss Groovy. Salute to you all. I will come back to the chat, so y'all keep the chat going. I will come down there and read some of y'all comments and take y'all questions. Yesterday, me, along with some members of my wonderful Rock Squad, we attended the balloon release for Shanquella Robinson. It was wonderful, y'all. It was wonderful. So this is me, Beautiful Nightmare, Miss Parker, Jamie, and Jamie's twin, Erica. That's me and Miss Parker, and that's the late, great Shanquella Robinson. That's a picture of me. Well, no, I ain't even in this one, but kneeling down is Erica. That's Jamie's daughter. Then to the left is the full life. Then you have Miss Parker. You have Beautiful Nightmare. You have E. Beck. And you have Janie. Shout out to the Rock Squad. I really appreciate you all for coming. Now, of course, we had many Rock Squad members that were there in spirit. We had many Rock Squad members that wanted to come, but they busy schedules got in the way of them making this balloon release. So Shanquella's family was there. Her mother, Miss Salamandra, her sister Quilla, and her family, her cousins and aunts. Shout out to the Robinson family. Shout out to Shanquella Robinson's family. Salute Yolanda. So I had asked Quilla, I think it maybe been Wednesday or Thursday. I asked her, was it still okay if me and some of the Rock Squad members had a balloon release for Shanquella? And Quilla said, sure, that's fine, Shank. And she said, and we'll be there with y'all. So thank you so much, Quilla, for coming out and sharing your family with us, as well as giving us permission to do the balloon release for Shanquella. And for those Rock Squad members whom had a chance to meet Miss Salamandra and Quilla, they can testify, they could tell you all the feeling that they had. And this is what I always say, unless you've personally met them, let's not pass judgment on them. You don't even know them to pass judgment. So I'm sure that Ebet and Jamie and Beautiful Nightmare in the Full Life, I'm sure they will let you all know, and Erica as well, and Jamie. I believe me and Miss Parker is the only one from the Rock Squad that actually met Miss Salamandra and Quilla. Salute Marie. And they said that they will be having another birthday party for her, in January. And they invited me, Miss Parker, and the rest of the Rock Squad. They invited us out to attend the birthday party. And they send their love to us. Those that wasn't in attendance, they say thanks. They tell me and Miss Parker to tell you all thanks. They really appreciate the job that we all have been doing. So I just want everybody to know that you all supporting me and the family, it is not going unnoticed. It's not going unnoticed. And they just want you all to know, and they really appreciate all the love and support that you all have been giving them. Now, I do have some, news to share with you all. In a few more days, it's going to be something major in the case. I'll share with y'all that right there. It's going to be something major in the case. Now, we just want to keep our prayers going. I do believe prayer works. We want to keep the support going, and we want to just keep raising awareness for all of the content creators out there. Let's just keep raising awareness and raise the awareness the way that you feel as though. I'm not here to tell anyone how they should raise awareness. Jamie says, they're the most beautiful people inside and out. When I hugged them, I could tell they were real. This is what Jamie said. Jamie says, they're the most beautiful people inside and out. And she said, when I hugged them, I could tell that they were real. That's the energy that I got off of them. The first time I met them, that was the energy that I got. you know? So let's just always keep in mind, let's meet a person before we go off of what somebody else's say. And of course, before we just automatically assume there's something wrong with them. You know, I teach this all the time. Before we point out the wrong in somebody else, let us point out the wrong in ourselves. You know, let's not attack the victim and the victim's family. Shanquella lost her life. And in my opinion, it could have been prevented. It could have been prevented. Salute, Suntan. I don't think it was that serious. I don't think it was that deep to where as though she should have lost her life. For me, and this is just my perspective, a fight is not serious enough for someone to lose their life. When we all know, whether we know somebody personal that lost their life or whether we read about it in the news, we all know when people do things to people, and I'm not saying that it's justified, but when people do things, most of the times they end up with a bullet in their head. They end up, catching some hot ones. She didn't get a bullet in her head. She didn't catch no hot ones. It wasn't serious. It wasn't serious. A cat fight. Y'all know what a cat fight is. We used to call when two girls fight, oh, that's a cat fight. They just fighting. However, in this cat fight, only one of the cats was doing the fighting. Or let me backtrack, because there's been people that's saying that there's 2 videos of Winter attacking her. So in this cat fight, we know one of the cats refused to fight. One of the cats wouldn't fight. So we can't even consider this a cat fight. But the justice for Shanquella is coming. And I'm going to tell y'all why the justice for Shanquella is coming. Because you can run, but you can't hide. See, karma. Now, this thing called karma was set up way before you and I came into existence. Karma is one of the oldest elements. Karma is one of the oldest universal laws that there is. Karma. You reap what you sow. I spoke about this yesterday. See, even in her death, even in Shanquella's death, she outshines those haters. Jamie says, what could she have possibly done to justify being unalive? Make it make sense. And there's been many different theories on what Shanquella done. We chopped it up all the time about what the motive is. What was the motive behind this? Shank, they took her over there because they knew the assignment. I ain't here to disagree with that because I don't know. I don't know. But I still stand on my belief. If it was some street-ish, they'd have put a bullet in her head. They'd have put some hot ones up in her. It's just that simple. When it comes to street-ish, people don't play when it comes to street-ish. So nobody's going to sit up there and have a cat fight when there's some street-ish involved. That's not how street-ish go down. So if it was some street-ish, they'd have put some hot ones in her. Regardless whether it was street-ish or not. She didn't deserve to lose her life. She's no different from any of my daughters. She's no different from any of your daughters. Would y'all say the same thing about your daughter? If this happened to your daughter? See, we can nip all this in the bud. We can nip it all in the bud if we would just put Shanquella Robinson in our shoes. Let's put her family, the father, the mother, the sister, the aunts, let's put them. Let's put ourselves in their shoes. Where would we be at? How would we react if Shanquella was our child? How would we react? And would people say bad things about us? As I said it before, Jamie met Miss Salamandra and Quilla. Jamie met them. And you heard what Jamie said. They're the most beautifulest people. See, we got to stop judging people. We got to stop judging people, period. But we got to stop judging people, especially when we don't know nothing about them. Sure, we can ask people stuff about them. Sure. Stephanie says, is anyone else buffering? How's my audio? Drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if my audio is going good. Drop a 1 in the chat if my audio is good. If the technical is good. Drop a 1. Drop a 2 if it's not good. But it's easy. Jamie says, I will probably be on the first 40 hours service. But it's easy. Okay, everything good. But it's easy for us to pass judgment on people. But are we understanding what they are going through? Do we have any compassion for what they are going through? See, if I was a preacher, and I'm not a preacher, my sermon most of the times would be on that right there. We have to stop judging people. Why? We don't know what they're going through. We don't know their story. We think we know. You can go and ask people about Shank, right? Salute positive vibes. You can go and ask people about me all day long. But if you really, really want to know a little bit about me, don't ask people that don't know me. If you want to know, just a little bit, you can't even ask my day ones. You can't even ask my family members. They're going to tell you some things, but they won't be able to completely tell you everything about me. Like if you ask me about any of my family members, I could tell you what I know. I could tell you what I think I know, but I don't know everything about my family members. I don't know everything about my day ones. So if you want to really know something about somebody, ask them. Salute my boot, salute Chin. Ask them. Get a chance to meet them. Salute Yvette. See, we keep judging people, and we judging people off of what we heard. We judging people off of what we think. But the devil is a liar. And you got to know that many people are vexed with devils. Many people have devil spirits. So if you asking the devil about Jesus, if you asking the devil about God, if you asking the devil about Allah, if you asking the devil about Muhammad, if you asking the devil about any righteous person of God, you pretty much already know you're going to get a lie. It's just that simple. So we got to be careful on whom we take information from. And then most of us, even when God appears on the scene, even when God brings you the truth, most of us still ignore the truth. And I ask y'all that. If somebody is telling you the truth, especially about them, why would you not listen to that person before you listen to a person that you know got a problem with him? See, it comes back to Kalia. It comes back to him. He played both sides. He played both sides. That was supposed to have been his BFF. That was supposed to have been his BFF. How could you do that to your BFF? Was it worth it? Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Now, when I say justice is coming soon, shout out to Sue Ann Robinson and Andre the Advocate. Sue Ann Robinson and Andre the Advocate has been doing a great job. They have been doing a great job. And if Sue Ann or Andre is watching, I just want to give y'all flowers. I believe in y'all. I believe in y'all. I'm not the one that's out there putting the work in. You all are putting the work in. So I have to give y'all flowers for putting the work in. You know, I'm not doing the job that y'all doing. So I just want y'all to know that I give y'all flowers. And I appreciate y'all for taking on this difficult task, taking on this difficult job. Because remember, from the very beginning, Sue Ann said, this is going to be a marathon. I believe those were the choice words that she used. She said she told the family it's going to be a marathon. We know a marathon is a race, but it's a long race. And she said the case was, a difficult kind of case. She also said that it would take diplomatic intervention for this case. And that's the purpose of the DOJ, the Department of Justice. Sue Ann is just following proper protocol. That's it. If you look at any court case, it's proceedings, and it's just proper protocols that the attorney or the attorneys for the defense have to take, just as well as it is protocol as necessary channels that the DA has to take. The DA in many cases, the DA have a suspect. And in all of the cases, even though the DA has a suspect, the DA still has to do what? The DA still has to prosecute this suspect. The DA has to prove without a reasonable doubt. So just as well as the DA has to follow a protocol, the defense has to follow a proper protocol. It's protocols that you got to follow in this. And if you've never been to court, trust me, and even for some that have been to court, but if you've never been to court before, you're not going to understand it. You're not going to understand it. You're not going to understand why you received the bail. You're innocent. You're innocent. And you're innocent. But you can't understand what they give me a bail for. Put me in front of a judge so I could tell the judge my side of the story. Do y'all realize how many innocent men and women and children, y'all realize how many innocent people that have sat in prison? Many people have sat on death row for years before they had the opportunity to give their side. My uncle, Walter Lomax, my uncle spent 37 years in the Maryland House of Correction, 37 years in prison. And I could have him come up here and he could give you his story. It took him 37 years for a crime that he didn't commit, but it took him 37 years to walk free on a crime that he didn't do. And it took him another 8 years to be compensated for those 37 years. It's a process that you got to take. So we just need to respect the process. Salute, lovely Chocks. That's all I'm asking for everybody to do. Respect the process. Understand the process. Understand. Just understand that it's steps that have to be taken. Now, when we remember about the case in the very beginning, correct me if I'm wrong, Sue Ann Robinson went to Mexico 2 times. She went there 2 times. She went there on a fact-finding mission. She went there. I didn't go. You didn't go. She went there. Mel says, watching the YSL trial taught me a lot about proper protocol. Watching the entire defense team following the proper protocols. The protocols you got to follow. In that court, when it comes to the court system, it's just proper protocols. Many people that were guilty of crimes have beat the system. Many people that were innocent of crimes have got screwed around by the system. That's just how it goes. But it's up to us. It's up to us. Salute, Chin. Don't know if I saluted you. Chin says, sad, yes. Salute, positive vibes. Mel says, those protocols has the state looking incompetent. I swear, I hope I said it right. But the protocols, you know, that's why some defendants cop a plea. Salute. I see you, my boo. Appreciate that, my boo. Appreciate that. I've been in situations where I had to cop out. I had to cop a plea. I've been in other situations where I actually beat cases. Witnesses don't show up. They got to dismiss it. I've been in cases where, you know what I mean, they push my court date back. Attorney telling me, look, I can get you time served. You go ahead and cop out to this. Take the time served. You already got X amount of time in. Take the time served so you can walk and go home. Because if you take this to trial, you're looking at 2-3 years. You're going to probably beat it, but you're going to be waiting 2-3 years to go to trial. That's just how it goes. Baby oil man. Look at the protocol that baby oil man has to go through. Now, he have went for 3 bail hearings, 2 or 3. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. 2 or 3. Offered $50 million. And most people feel like money talks, bullshit walks. So most people feel like they got money. The money can get them out of these jams. It don't work like that, especially with the feds. The state is different. But with the feds, I'm going to say 7 out of 10, unless you got time and you from D.C., because the D.C., they send everything in D.C., the District of Columbia, is a federal offense. But outside of the D.C. dudes, the majority of the people that's with the feds got money or had money. So it's not about the money. But look at baby oil man. The attorney offered $50 million. $50 million couldn't get baby oil man a bail. Now, this is October, right? He got to wait all the way till May, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. That's 7 months. He got to wait. And then we know how long, even if he makes it to trial, because he might cop a plea by the time May come around. But let's say he don't cop a plea. Now he got to stand trial. Now he's going to have to follow another protocol to actually stand trial. It's a protocol, the protocols. So when we look at the Shanquella Robinson case, let us have patience. Let us have some patience. Salute, Coke Tan. Salute. Positive Eye says, baby old man has to get used to the jail oil now. Yeah, he got to get used to some jail oil. But let's just respect the process. As I stated before, in a couple days to come, there will be a major announcement. in the Shanquella Robinson case. And you all know I definitely will bring it to you all as soon as it breaks. But I just want everybody to know the fight continues. The fight for justice for Shanquella Robinson, it continues. We all know what we saw, and we all know what we feel in our hearts. It's justice for Shanquella Robinson. Shanquella didn't deserve what happened to her. I have to put my daughter in them shoes. Ain't nothing you could tell me. As much as my daughter plucked my nerves, as much as my daughters pluck my nerves, they don't deserve to die. Salute, Monica. Salute, Monica. I'm sure you all got daughters that pluck y'all nerves, but y'all know y'all daughters don't deserve to die. In my opinion, none of us deserves to die. That's just my opinion. I don't deserve to die. I don't deserve to have my life taken from me. You all don't deserve to have your life taken from you. Shanquella didn't deserve to have her life taken from her. She was set up. She was set up. It's very easy for somebody to lose their life. It's very easy to somebody to lose their life. Look, we all gonna have disagreements. I had disagreements with people all the time. People had disagreements with me. I said it and I'll say it again. If I took the life of everybody that done something to me, Lord have mercy, I had to take a lot of lives. If I took the life of everybody that we had a disagreement, a lot of people would lose their lives. You just can't take nobody's life. You can't. You got to think. Like I always tell y'all, let it play out. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Even when somebody do something to you, and I know you be itching to retaliate and do something back to them, I promise you one thing, and I know this about the universe. If you let it play out, let God deal with them, what God is going to do to them is going to be way worse than what you can do to them. The scriptures say, don't fear no man that can only take your flesh. Man can only take your flesh. Women can only take your flesh, but fear whom can destroy your spirit. So you got to give it to God. Look, let me wash my hands. I'm going to let God deal with you. Let it play out. That's all I'm saying. So maybe somebody out there is listening to this. And this happens a lot of times. You know, people will tell you, I was getting ready to go do something. Like a lot of people that turned Christian, a lot of people that turned Muslims, a lot of people that gave their lives to God, they were in these type of situations. You talk to some of them and they'll tell you, I was getting ready to go and harm somebody. I was getting ready to go harm somebody. But God sent the angel to me. I was listening to a preacher and the preacher was talking and I felt like the preacher was directly talking to me. Many people have experienced situations like this. So whomever that's watching this, that might be in a situation where as though you might be resorting to taking somebody's life, take 5 seconds and think about it. Now, if it's self-defense, hey, I'm all for self-defense. If somebody does something to your family, your kids and all that, I do understand. I do understand. But even in that, if somebody does something to your family members, even in that, I still have to ask, is it worth it to take somebody's life? I don't know, because God forbid somebody do something to one of my loved ones. My first reaction is going to be go take that person's life. So this is what I'm saying, y'all. I don't want y'all to get it twisted. Some situations I do understand, but in other situations, it don't call for you taking somebody's life. It just don't. Cut them off. Don't entertain them no more. Walk away from them. Trust me, that will hurt them way worse than if you take their life. Because one thing that I learned in life, people that mistreat you, they call that burning your bridges. People that may have burned a bridge with you, eventually they're going to come back and they're going to need you. Now, when they come back and need you, it's going to be up to you to help them. Some people will still help that person. Me, on the other end, when I cut you off, I'm gone. I'm gone. That means I don't want to hear from you. You ain't got to call me. You ain't got to text me. When it's my time to meet my maker, don't show up at my funeral. Just go on about your business. Because me, I'm the type of person that I give people chance after chance after chance. And this is something that I no longer do anymore, because I always get the short end of the stick. Every time I give people chance after chance after chance, every time I try to see the good in somebody, that person stabs me in the back. Now, I ain't saying I'm going to take your life. I'm not going to take your life. I'm just going to cut you off. That means go on and get away from me. Ain't no wishing me no blessed life. Ain't no wishing the best for me. We ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that. So if me and you had a falling out and you know whether or not I text you or if I call you, just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. That's how I have to be. I gave y'all the benefit of the doubt. I gave you the benefit of the doubt when I shouldn't. I ain't doing that no more. My cutoff game is strong. The first chance, the first sneaky shit I see, you cut off. And that means don't come back, period. That goes for anybody. If I cut you off, keep it pushing. I'm good over here. That's my perspective on things. That's how I look at things. And some people might say, Shank, you gotta forgive and you got to just learn how to love your enemies. I'm gonna do all that from a distance. I'm gonna love my enemies from a distance. I'm gonna forgive, but I ain't gonna forget. I'm gonna do it from a distance. See, life. One thing that I learned, and one thing that we all learned from the Shanquella Robinson case, your life, other people take for granted. Your life, the life that you live, somebody else will come and take it from you just that quick. Just that quick. And it's always the ones that's filled with life. It's always the ones that's filled with happiness. They're the ones that get their lives cut down. Shanquella, y'all see the pictures of her? She was filled with life. She was filled with laughter. She had so much potential. She was an entrepreneur that was reaching higher heights. At the young age, look at what she accomplished at the young age. Some people was jealous and envious of that. They were jealous of her life. They didn't give a damn about her life because they don't got a life. And unfortunately, the majority of the people are like those that took Shanquella's life. There's only a small percentage of Shanquella Robinsons out here in the world today. This is what I keep telling y'all. But some of y'all are not getting it. Watch that circle that you are running with. I'm just the messenger. That's all. I'm the messenger. I'm doing my job. And many of y'all know the word. And many of y'all know what I'm saying is true. Now, you can get caught up on Shank Rock all you want to. But one thing you won't be able to do on Judgment Day, you won't be able to put it on Shank Rock on Judgment Day. So you can put it on Shank Rock today, but you got to stand in front of God on Judgment Day. And when it's brought to you, didn't Shank Rock tell you? You can't do what Cain done. You can't do what Adam done. You can't even do what Eve done. Don't shoot the messenger. Take heed to what I'm saying. That's why we are here. Shanquella had a BFF by the name of Kalia. If that don't tell you, if that don't speak volumes for you, look what a BFF done to her for 5 years. Quilla said when they were saying there's not alcohol poison in their line, they were over there fighting on her. Quilla said in a million years, you couldn't pay her to believe because Kalia told them that nobody was fighting her. So they taking the word of Kalia. Whose word is you taking? You. Whose word is you taking? Now, something that already happened with that person whose word that you are taking. Something happened. Now, if your foolish ass want to continue to take that person's word, hey, that's on you. That's on you. We got to learn how to cut people off. And this is one of the lessons in the Shanquella Robinson case. This is one of the many lessons that we learned in the Shanquella Robinson's death. We got to know when to cut people off. That don't mean us no good. And we got to know the signs. And we got to watch. And we got to observe. Because that person, that BFF for 5 years that you have, that BFF for 10 years, that BFF for a year that you have, that BFF could be the downfall in your life. Kalia was the downfall in Shanquella's life. He should have stopped it, but he didn't stop it because he was jealous and he was envy of her and he couldn't stop it. Cain could have stopped from taking his brother's life. He could have stopped it, but his envy for his own brother, because God accepted his brother's offering. But let me tell you why Abel's offering was accepted. Abel's offering was accepted because God knew the man's heart. The heart of Abel was weighed, and the heart was pure, and the heart was holy. That's why the offering was accepted. It wasn't no sneaky stuff with Abel. You see, you wonder why your offering wasn't accepted. You wonder why you got the backlash from your offering, because it wasn't from the heart. It wasn't pure. It wasn't holy. It was some snake-ish. That's why Cain's offering was rejected, because Cain had evil there. That was toxic in his heart. So it didn't get accepted. And that jealousy caused him to take his younger brother's life. That jealousy and envy was in Kalia's heart. Because if it wasn't, he'd have stopped it. He'd have stopped it. It's just that simple. He'd have stopped it, but he let it go down. And then he lied to her family, man. Where's the accountability in this? Nazia talks about he don't want to separate no kids from the parents. You miss me with that, nephew. You miss me with that one. Because a kid did get separated from her parents. That was Shanquella. She got separated from her parents. See? This thing is deep and it's heavy. It's deep and it's heavy. But justice is coming. You can run, but you can't hide. Justice is coming for Shanquella Robinson, and it's coming sooner than what we know. Most fights is not an easy fight. In fighting for justice, once again, when it comes to the courts, it takes time because of the protocols. Like I said, my uncle did 37 years in the Maryland House of Correction. And my uncle was innocent. When you all get a chance, look up Walter Lomax. That's my uncle. That's my mother's brother. My mother and my uncle Walter, they got the same father. And he'll tell you about the protocol. Like Mel said, she watched the YSL trial. You got to follow the protocols. So let's not be too quick to bash Sue Ann Robinson. I met Sue Ann Robinson. She works hard. She works hard. And I think we all should give her a chance. I think we need to give Sue Ann a chance. Salute, Zena. Salute, Zena. I appreciate you all, and I just want you all to know that. I appreciate all of y'all. I do. I appreciate the work that y'all help over here, and I want you all to know that y'all are very important. And I know things have been rough. Things have gotten rough over here, and it's okay. Salute, 80s baby. Appreciate you for pulling up. Salute. That's just how it goes. You know, it's always going to be issues. That's with any group of people. With any group of people, it's always going to be issues. But that's where conversation comes into play. You know, that's when we hear things about people and we take the time out to find out what's going on. Me being the content creator, you all have to know the job that I have. Y'all got to understand that I'm dealing with thousands of subscribers. Okay? I got 11,000 subscribers. So I'm dealing with 11,000 different personalities. Now, to narrow it down, the ones that interact with me on a regular basis, I'm dealing with a lot of different personalities. Okay? Now, before I would just allow you all to work out any issues that you all may have had with one another. Before, that's how I carried it. Okay, look, we all grown over here, so I'm gonna just have to let them work things out on their own. Salute, Sharon. I tried that. It didn't work. It didn't work. So what I'm telling everybody now, if you have a problem with any subscribers over here, if you have a problem with any moderators over here, please, please do your best to work things out. If y'all are unable to work things out, for my sake, for the respect of me, please don't have nothing going on. Please don't be beefing with each other in the chat, okay? Because now I cannot try to fix any of the problems over here that goes on with any of you all. I can't. I tried that. So I'm just asking you all, if y'all have problems with somebody over here, do your best to work things out. And if y'all can't work things out, just don't salute each other. Just don't, say nothing to each other. Don't sneak diss each other. Don't do none of that. And if you have a problem with me, you got my Instagram. You got me on Instagram. You got me on Facebook. And if you don't have me on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, you got me down there in the chat. Just say, Shank, I need to talk with you. Shank, can you get in touch with me? Because I need to talk with you. Just bring it to my attention. Please do that. Because for now on, I'll still have the open panels. I'll still have all the open panels. You all want to come up, that's fine. I'll still have that. But for now on, anything that I see that ain't right, I got to get you from up over here, okay? And I don't want to do that because this platform, I still stand on what I built this platform for. This platform is for everyone to have a place to come and voice their opinions. I want everybody to be able to come here and give their perspective on things, okay? But any BS, I'm not tolerating it from nobody. So please, y'all, please. We can laugh, joke, we can cut a fool over here. And if you got any envy or hatred for me in your heart, don't play yourself. Don't play yourself. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I will leave the chat running. Remember, y'all, something major in the Shanquella Robinson case is coming soon. Salute, Kern. Something major in the Shanquella Robinson case is coming soon. So I want you all to keep your eyes open, keep praying, keep fighting for justice for Shanquella. It's just as simple of a hashtag, justice for Shanquella Robinson. Post a picture of her on your social media platforms. You got Facebook. See, believe it or not, we all are content creators. We all have platforms. We all have a voice. That's all a content creator really have is a voice. You got a voice, but just stop posting. Post my demonstrations. Share some of my demonstrations to your social media platforms and keep her name in the algorithm. It's getting ready to get back in the algorithm in a couple more days. You can bet that. You can bet that everybody going to start talking back about Shanquella Robinson, and that's fine. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I appreciate you all for pulling up. I will leave the chat running. Salute, everybody.
Okay.
Lord Father, we come to you on this day, and we come to you for the strength. And times have been hard for Shanquella Robinson's family as well as her supporters. but we know that you have the final say-so. And we just come to you and we ask for justice for Shanquella Robinson. Shanquella Robinson was a beautiful angel of yours, and we down here hurting. Her family is hurting. We just ask to walk with Shanquella's parents, walk with her sister, give them the strength to see the beauty in you taking her to be with you. They say to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord.
Yes, Lord.
So we're not questioning why you took Shanquella. We knew and we know that it's all in your plan. So we just asking for some justice for Shanquella Robinson and her family. Amen.
Amen.
Is there anyone else that would like to say a prayer? Is there anyone else that would like to give some encouraging words to the family?
I'll say something.
Can
I do not like being recorded.
okay. She don't want to be recorded, y'all.
Okay.
Okay, so I just want to say thank y'all for everybody who was you recording me?
Stop
Thank
it
y'all for
and
showing up.
record again. 1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh. Oh, everybody going this way, huh? Amen. Okay.
Ms. Parker, what does the justice for Shanquella Robinson case mean to you?
It means everything as far as Miss Salamandra Quilla and Mr. Bernard. It brings them just a piece of something back from their daughter that they lost abruptly and so unfortunately due to dealing with fakes and snakes, and you know it's so hard to trust people nowadays due to watching cases like Shanquella Robinson's. So it means everything to get justice for Shanquella, and I love Miss Salamandra and Quilla, and also prayers to you, Mr. Bernard. But getting justice for her means it's gonna bring justice to all of these families that have lost a loved one to violence. So, you know, that's what it means to me. Salute to you, Shank Rock and the Rock Squad.
Thank you, Ms. Parker. Yvette, what does the justice for Shanquella Robinson case mean to you?
Well, it actually means everything to me. She's very valuable. Very valuable. Life is valuable, and everyone should take that very seriously. I'm just thinking about, you know, the family, how unjustified they have been treated, and from the very beginning, it should have been over a long time ago. And if people would stop trying to protect those that did the wrong thing and stand up and really, really think about how this family feels. They want justice.
Exactly.
We have a young lady that's laying down very early in life. Very early in life. And she lives on. She lives on. So she's making a very strong statement for black women, and that is we're valuable, very valuable. And it's proven fact that the people around us do not believe that we're valuable.
Exactly. The full life.
Yes.
What does the justice for Shanquella Robinson case mean to you?
Justice for Shanquella means that You gotta watch who you're around at all times, no matter who they are. It's hard to trust people these days, but you have to wipe a clean slate with everybody that you meet. You just gotta, you gotta look inside of people rather than just on the outside. Know who you with, know your surroundings at all times. It's easy to forget, but just gotta keep in mind. And cases and things like this happening, we'll keep it in mind, keep it in our minds that we can't, let a guard down. That's it.
Thank you.